Make sure to stick around till the end. I've got some essential vocabulary and phrases along with the conversation. Now, dive into this conversation. Hey James, you look like you've got a lot on your mind today. Everything all right?
It's just been one of those days. I'm really struggling with staying focused on my English studies. There's just so much to learn, and I feel overwhelmed.
I totally get that. Sometimes it feels like the more you learn, the more you realize there's so much you don't know, right?
Exactly. And on top of that, I get frustrated when I don't see quick results. I start thinking, what's the point?
It's normal to feel that way, but you know what helps? Breaking down your learning into small, manageable pieces. That way, it doesn't seem so overwhelming.
Yeah, but how do you even start when there's so much material out there? It's hard to know what to focus on.
That's where a plan comes in. Instead of trying to do everything at once, pick one area to focus on each week. For example, one week, you could focus on listening skills, and the next week, you could focus on vocabulary.
That makes sense. Having a specific goal each week would give me more direction.
Exactly. And don't forget to track your progress. Every small improvement counts, and seeing that progress will keep you motivated.
I never thought about tracking my progress. I always feel like I'm not getting anywhere because I'm not paying attention to how much I've actually improved. Okay, that sounds doable. But what about when I hit a wall? Like when I try to speak English and make mistakes, I just freeze up.
Oh, mistakes are a part of the learning process. If you're not making mistakes, you're not pushing yourself. The key is to learn from your mistakes and not let them hold you back.
It's hard not to get discouraged though. Sometimes I feel embarrassed when I mess up in front of other people.
I know how that feels. But remember, every great speaker was once a beginner. Don't be too hard on yourself. Celebrate the fact that you're trying, and with time, you'll get better.
I guess I need to change how I think about mistakes. Instead of being embarrassed, I should see them as opportunities to learn.
Exactly. Every mistake brings you one step closer to fluency. And here's another tip: when you feel stuck, take a break. Clear your mind and come back with fresh energy.
That's great advice, Emily. I definitely need to stop being so hard on myself. But how do you stay motivated when progress feels slow?
Motivation can come from different places. One thing that helps me is to remind myself why I started. Why are you learning English, James?
Well, I want to travel and be able to communicate with people from all over the world.
Exactly. Keep that goal in mind. Visualize yourself having a conversation with someone from another country. That's your motivation. And remember to reward yourself for your hard work. After a good study session, treat yourself.
Thanks, Emily. I feel a lot more confident now. I'm going to focus on making a plan and sticking to it, even if things get tough.
That's the spirit. Keep pushing forward, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. With time and effort, you'll get there. And remember, you're never alone on this journey.
Thanks again. I'm ready to take on the challenge.
Vocabulary and phrases. Hit a wall. To reach a point where you can't make any progress. I feel like I've hit a wall in my English learning. Push forward. To continue moving ahead despite challenges. Even when things get tough, you have to push forward. Reward yourself. To give yourself something as a treat after doing something difficult or important. After studying for an hour, I reward myself with a nice walk. Take on the challenge. To accept and face a difficult task. I'm ready to take on the challenge of learning a new language.